Hello everyone. Are you familiar with the acronym TQE, which stands for Thoughts, Questions, and Epiphanies? Have you ever heard about it before or even practiced it in one of your school classes? This is Valeria Slin, and today I'll be showing you how to apply this discussion strategy to get engaged in a deep conversation about a written, audio, or visual text. Let's get started. TQE is an interactive discussion strategy which is formed of three main stages: thoughts, questions, and epiphanies. Thoughts is the first stage in which students highlight the details that most attract them. In this stage, students are completely free to highlight any details which draw their attention. For example, details which are related to the plot, the text structure, or the text analysis. In question stage, students use a list of question stems to help them generate some questions on the details they highlighted before. These questions will generate a deep discussion about many details in the text, like the author's style, the text content, or the text structure. While in Epiphany stage, students will discuss details that surprised them or details they first learned about it after reading that text. For example, if you're assigned to read the selection from the memoir My Life with the Chimpanzees for Dr. Jane Goodall. Dr. Jane Goodall is a scientist that spent most of her life studying and making studies on chimpanzees. This is her memoir in which she wrote about the most important situations she lived with the chimpanzees. Here in this selection, she talks about David Greybird, which is one of the chimpanzees she had as a friend and made a lot of studies on. So, if you're in thought stage, what are you gonna do? First, you're gonna read the text or the selection and start highlighting any details that attract you, or surprise you, or get your attention. For me, as a reader, I highlighted or I read and decided to highlight these details. These details like David Greybird, which is a real famous person name, and other highlighted details which are human traits acted by such an animal, attracted me and surprised me a lot. So I decided to highlight them. So each one in the team highlights the detail that most attract him. Then he discusses them with all the other teammates. Then after each one is assigned to generate questions on these details. As a student, you have a list of question stems to use while generating these questions on the details you highlighted before. You can start using the questions on the left, then you have to move to the questions on the right. So considering the details we highlighted before, which are actions and descriptive details by which Dr. Jane Goodall described chimpanzees, these actions and descriptive details which are completely human traits, so we can use questions like why would the author? This question we can use it to ask about the reason that urged her, Dr. Jane Goodall, to use these human descriptive details to describe chimpanzees. So we can say, why would Dr. Jane Goodall use these human details to describe chimpanzees? So after highlighting special details in thought stage, generate questions in question stage, now it's time for epiphany stage in which students can express surprising details and new information they got from the text. For example, here the epiphany of a student can be, I was really impressed by knowing such a human features about chimpanzees. TQE is a student-centered strategy in which students take the role of the teacher by close reading, highlighting special details, generating questions, and expressing their epiphanies. It's a strategy in which students are deeply engaged in a deep process of reading, analyzing, and discussing a text. which in turn enhance the students' reading, analysis, and thinking skills. Thank you for listening and see you soon.